I'm not gonna lie. I think that Chalky's curve is what won this game. I don't necessarily think it's the builds for the matchup because I still think that Shaman deck is probably favored. I just think that given the way that the hands panned out, Chalky had so much pressure at every step of the way. I mean, this was turn 2 Wild Growth into Cthulhu's Chosen, into clear the Taunt Totem, clear the Manatide Totem, into Twin Emperor, and that is ridiculous amounts of pressure when you're talking about trying to fend off things threat by threat by threat, and then hoping Lightning Storm clear things up. Instead, he had to double Lightning Storm. He had to use resources inefficiently. Just too much.
The thing is, you give that Shaman deck time. You don't have that good curve. You aren't able to put on that pressure. You give him time. N'Zoth comes down. How does Cthulhu Druid deal with a N'Zoth board? Even if it just brings back 2 things. It brings back Cairn Sylvanas. What do? You don't do anything. You just lose. You don't have Raven Isles. Can't get that Raven Idol into mulch.
Really heavy opening hand here from Just Saying. And Chalky's hand's panning out very nicely. I mean, this is potentially turn 3 Flame Wreath Faceless. That guy's a mouthful to say.
Yeah.
Favoring Shapeshifter Fire Blast here.
You have the Doomhammer, so probably Shapeshift. Actually, like almost 100% Shapeshift. I mean, the Sir Finley's just weird in this deck. You have Thing from Below.
I think it's fine. I think getting a life tap for a Smork Shot is...
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess you have to in the aggressive deck. I think it's not about Finley. It's about like the Thing from Below choice. But Totem Golems, Flametongue Totems, Tuskar Totemic all are totem summons. So I mean, I guess even if you play Finley turn 1, you're still going to reduce the Thing from Below likely by 2 before it even comes up. So, I guess it's okay.
That's a great draw from Just Saying here. I mean, that could be the saving grace of this game. Ooh. Wow, that is going to really slow down Jockey.
Yeah.
That Doomsayer was the perfect draw for Just Saying.
And no way to deal with that. It was a little bit susceptible to a Flame Tongue Totem, but that's about it. And with Tuskar Totemic, there's no way for you to position a Flame Tongue Totem in between 2 minions. If only you could play the Tuskar Totemic and then place the totem where you wanted it.
Oh!
Oh no!
It hurts!
All of those draws earlier from Chalky are sort of coming back to bite him in the first series of the day. He's getting them a turn late, it feels.
Does stick a Flame Wreath to the board, so that's going to run over that Thing from Below.
Yeah.
And even potential for Coin Flame Wreath on the back of this, which I think is going to be really hard to pass up. Thing from Below can still get reduced by 2, Totem Golem and Tuskar Totemic in hand. So not a bad reload here. Chalky looks like he wants to begin extending the board, start investing into that discount on Thing from Below, and use this Flame Wreath Faceless to follow up on AoE.
Yeah.
Plus his turn 6 is looking mighty now with that Flame Wreath Faceless and Totem Golem.
Yeah. This is going to be a pretty good play from saying, though. That Stormforge Axe is going to be able to do work against this board. And, I mean, how do you close out a game against this deck? Look, double Healing Wave. Your curve is not high. I mean, your strongest minion is 4 mana. And he already has both of them in his hand. I guess you could get the second Thing from Below. Pull out of your deck, which would be a 6 for the Joust. But most of the time, he's healing for 14.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm liking the Doomhammer here, honestly. Just begin to clear this board up a bit. Get Totem Golem online. Looks like he's going with Flame Tongue Totem. That is going to be Thing from Below, almost certainly, if that's the case, alongside Totem Golem.
Yeah. He would have to use a coin in order to do so, but that's plenty fine. The thing is, a double Doomhammer is really hard to get effect out of, but I think board before burn is definitely going to be his motto here. He wants to just try and get a board online before he starts hacking away with one of these Doomhammers. To use the Doomhammer to protect his board instead of to set up for him to be able to place a board. Which I think that's a good choice.
This is a great Lightning Storm for him, though.
If he rolls 4, I guess, yeah. He's okay with taking that damage, I suppose. With double Healing Wave in his hand.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of looking all sand from here. This is kind of the last hurrah here for Jockey with this Flame Wreath Faceless. This kind of last turn, if he'd have played the Doomhammer, it would have invested into this. So he kind of would have fell into the same position, except Saiyan would have had a chance to develop here. So that may have been something he was considering with his play, is that in the event that Saiyan does have Lightning Storm, that he has to forego development in order to get that play off. And he still has to take 5 damage to clear the Flame Wreath. I'm sorry, to clear the thing from below.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of working overtime with those extra minions there. And just saying, actually doesn't have a way to stop this Flame Wreath Faceless's turn.
Well, he can go for a healing wave. I mean, he's got to be worried if he plays one of these 6-drops that Chalky just has Doomhammer Rockbiter, he's dead. I mean, I guess it's not incredibly likely, but I mean, that's the way you lose this game.
I mean, I don't know if he's got an option, honestly. I mean,
yeah. If he heals for 7 with healing wave, he loses the joust.
Oh, all right,
wow.
Well, I mean, I like the play. I like the play here from Saiyan. Needs to take a risk at some point. And that honestly isn't too bad. Now Chalky can set those Feral Spirits to block that Sylvanas for a couple turns, drop that Argent Horse Rider, and start connecting with that Flame Wreath Faceless. And I'll tell you what, 7/7s add up really quickly. I mean, War Golem isn't that good, but when you can play it for 4 mana, War Golem's pretty good.
Yeah. Eerie Statue, when you get that sucker by himself, he'll get in there.
Doesn't even have Overload.
Yeah.
Urshock and Eerie Statue play multiple Flame Wreath Faces in our Shaman builds.
Don't worry, love. The cavalry's here.
It's kind of like overloading. It's overloads for 1, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so here we go. 9 to the face. And Saiyan's going to have to get some big healing waves here.
I mean, healing wave's just pretty big regardless. But if he doesn't win this, oh my goodness, he lost the joust.
Thing from below is definitely a way to do that. Is he going to... I mean, given what he saw last turn, he's just going to go with the second healing wave here. Wins this one, though. Back to 28 for Saiyan. Now, Chalky does have Doomhammer and Shapeshift at this point. So the damage is going to keep pouring on here.
Yeah, I mean, that's 11 just on the board. So, I mean, he's just going to start getting this damage in. He's going to deal 17 damage this turn with this Shapeshift. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's going to play the long game.
You need to clear that Manatide Totem. That's one of the scariest ones to leave around. And it looks like he's even going to mop up these 0-2s. Doesn't want Flame Tongue Totem to be a big deal. Just the spell power one, and then connects with face the rest. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage for Chalky next turn. I wonder if this is a bit of an overstep, considering that he would have had exact lethal in a different pan out here. Oh, that's going to be Lava Shock. We're going for the steal, boys.
Uh-oh. Gets the Horse Rider, so that's not what he wants, but Chill Maw is going to block some damage. Of course, I mentioned it earlier. It's most likely that this deck just does not run any dragons. The Chill Maw is in there just for the taunt.
Oh, jeez.
Ho ho.
That is a huge draw from Chalky right now. That's going to kill Chill Maw in one swing. He gets to swing to face for 6, connect for 7 again with the Flame Wreath Faceless. That's like the miracle draw for Chalky right now.
Yeah. Now, what does Saiyan do? I mean, he needs a taunt. He needs N'Zoth. He's out of heals.
He needs a lot. I think he needs, like, James Franco off the top. This next card needs to do everything.
He needs Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay.
Needs someone here with some science to figure it out.
Yeah, and just Saiyan goes ahead and taps out, and despite what seemed like a really great opening for just Saiyan, being able to keep control of the board, Chalky finds a way to victory and takes a swig of the Snapple to celebrate. He's going to be moving on to the playoff stage on Sunday. Guarantees himself $750. Guarantees himself 10 Geico points at the very least, which, since he competed in another feature, means his Geico points are getting up there. Even if he doesn't qualify, he's likely to get up there through points to make it at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think, talking about that last game for a second, when Chalky played into the Lightning Storm, I think this is actually part of his game plan. Is when he saw the Lightning Storm again, just saying had to forego development in order to pull that turn off. Chalky was able to follow up with the Flame Wreath Faceless, and it went untouched for the rest of the game.
What, 3 turns?
You cannot leave 7/7s around and hope to win games. It just doesn't work that way. Yep. And it wasn't that just saying decided to leave the flaming spaces alone is that he was out of gas. He didn't have a way to deal with it. He had to take the 50-50 with Sylvanas and hope that it succeeded. It didn't succeed, and that wrapped the game up. Even if he had taken the 7-7, Chalky still might have won the game.
Yeah. He just didn't have... Chalky was still at, what, 24 health even after taking a hit from the Chillmaw. There wasn't much of a way for him to fight back after that point. Like you said, even if he were to take that big drop. So Chalky moving on. And just saying, of course, he's not out of the tournament yet. This was the winner's match. So he'll go down to the decider match to face off against the winner of the loser's bracket match. So he'll face off against the winner between Terrence M and Phone Tap. So he's going to have another shot. I think he's really going to be, I don't know, thinking of a different game plan to go with this Shaman deck. I have no idea what's going through his head right now, but should be an interesting match. Before we go to the break, we do want to give a big shout out to the people that make the ONOG circuit possible. Of course, Geico being the title sponsor. Guys, head over to the website, geico.onog.gg. Get a free quote for Geico. I found out just at the beginning of the season that I could actually get my computer insured because I rent an apartment, so renter's insurance covers everything inside of it. I was like, wow, if someone comes into my house and maliciously destroys my computer with a baseball bat, Geico can cover it. And they'll do it cheaply as well. So head on over to the website and get a quote.
Just in case I show up.
Yeah.
And TJ top decks me.
In a battle, yeah. Insured. Exactly. So head on over there. Also, you can enter in to win a CyberPower Gamer Extreme PC on the exact same website. So head on over there during the break. But we are going to have to go to a quick break, so don't go anywhere, guys. More ONOG Circuit right after this.